welcome to our final and fifth and our final webinar again. Step Inside the Story, Immersive 360 XR Experiences, where Athena Research Center and Leopoli are going to be presenting their 360 technologies. Our main presenters are going to be Lori Kunguzan from ARC, our senior developer, Sultan Karpati and Gergely Pozo from Leopoli, which are going to be presenting Leopoli's XR technologies in the UNICHE suite. And I'm going to be your host, as in the previous webinars, Anastasia from ARC. And I'm going to be giving you a context in the beginning for a short period of time for everybody that has joined the other webinars. Please, next, Lori. So the agenda for today is my part in the beginning, welcoming and telling you a little bit about the Cultural Heritage Cloud and the UNICHE project and the webinar's objective and guidelines. Next, we're going to hear and see 360 experiences from ARC and Leopoli and the introduction of the 360 technologies that they're bringing in UNICHE. Further on, we're going to see the authoring environment that exists already in Athena's VT Editor 2, and also the vision for a user-friendly authoring system from Leopoli. And we're going to finish off with the Q&A session and the feedback survey. Let's move on. So, UNICHE. Let's frame a little bit for those who haven't attended the other webinars. UNICHE is a sister project of the bigger ECHOS project, which is the central coordinator of the Cultural Heritage Cloud, which we'll shortly talk a little bit more about. So the UNICHE, which is the sister project of ECHOS, is a project that aims, and we're part of, to create a user-friendly, technology-agnostic black box platform. That means a single entry authoring environment that is collaborative, that doesn't need any technical expertise to create cultural heritage experiences. Let's move on. More importantly, its objectives is, as I've said, you don't need any technical background to use it. It's going to be collaborative using Shell. So it will have capabilities to collaborate and share, AI assisted and integrated with the Cultural Heritage Cloud. As I told you before, that ECHOS is the central coordinator. We aim to have, from the design of these experiences, multiple format outputs from mobile, XR, digital, desktops, everything that we can have available. Next one. UNICHE's architecture and the vision of its platform is based on these four pillars: exhibits, experiences, exhibition, and evaluation. So how the flow works is the exhibits, all the cultural heritage material in digital form, is going to be channeled through our UNICHE suite, through our authoring system, to create experiences that will output the exhibitions in different formats. As you can see, our interactive box, our mobile app, VR, interactive virtual tool, web app, that is going to be given to visitors. This will have also another layer of evaluation that is coming from our end users, the visitors, and reiterated back to the experience design and the selection of exhibits to be introduced back again for better results and engagement, informing content creators and experience creators with feedback and the data in order for the data and knowledge to flow back to our end users. Let's continue. These technologies and this platform that we're going to develop is going to be tested in 4 scenarios in 3 internal pilots. One of our pilots is going to be centered about in open air archaeological sites, one in Greece with the archaeological site of Kalapodi, and one in Italy with the Messapian city walls of Gento. It's also going to be tested in our second pilot in a museum exhibition context in Museo Galilei in Italy, and also in Poland, where we're going to test in our third pilot portable exhibitions in a collaboration between the Museum of Architecture in Wrocław and Mia Prastonia. But next slide, we're not going to be having only internal pilots because as the Cultural Heritage Cloud wants to span throughout Europe, so we want to test different approaches and ideas from third parties uh, to test our platform and design, develop, and deploy their interactive experiences. Either it might be portable exhibitions, museum exhibitions, or in open air archaeological sites. It's the floor is yours, and participating in this webinar was going to give you a sneak peek of the technologies that are going to be available in the UNICHE suite. Let's move forward. A little bit more about the echoes that I've sneak peeked before. Uh, the ECHOS, as I said before, is the central coordinator of the Cultural Heritage Cloud, or else the European Collaborative Cloud for Cultural Heritage. This is an initiative for the creation of a digital infrastructure that connects cultural heritage institutions and professionals across the EU. It will develop digital collaborative tools, such as the UNICHE suite, for the sector while removing barriers for smaller and remote institutions. The goal is to help cultural heritage institutions from all around Europe, research organizations, and other professions of all sizes and types with their digital objects in a more visible, interconnected, harmonized, and informed way, allowing them to successfully cope with the challenges the digital transition poses to the sector. Let's move on. Talking about digital material and assets, the Cultural Heritage Cloud, built by ECHOS, is anchored in the principles of open science, which promote inclusion and democratize the access to knowledge and digital assets for all. This digital ecosystem that the Cultural Heritage Cloud aims to create will allow a new generation of heritage objects, the digital commons, as they're called, in the center of this graph, which are semantically rich and collectively produced. Upon completion, ECHOS will provide a unified platform to integrate the outcomes of EU and national projects related to cultural heritage. Let's move on. And where these outputs are going to come from the ecosystem that ECHOS manages. As you can see here, ECHOS and has 13 other tool projects, such as us, under its umbrella, another 8 innovative use case projects that are going to be coming up, and more cascading grant projects, such as the one that we're talking about, that we're going to have an open call. Let's move on. So far, this is the latest graph of the geographical span of ECHOS and the Cultural Heritage Cloud. So far, you can see in blue all the countries and partners of ECHOS, and in orange, the partners and countries of the Cultural Heritage Cloud through its sister projects. The goal is to have one cloud with more than 20 projects. The fund to be allocated is 110 million and to be fully deployed by 2029. The aim is to cover the full span of Europe and to connect culture together. Let's move on. So, as it relates to the webinar today, this is a part of a workshop series that we've had throughout January, where you got the opportunity to get to know the story maker and the co-space tools from Athena Research Center, flexible experiences with Museotech Box and iGuide from Mobix and Museotech, the AI components of our UNICHE suite from Into, and today our final and fifth webinar for our 360 technologies. Next slide, please. Just to announce for everybody that has been interested throughout our webinar series, we have launched our YouTube channel and you can find all the slides and the recorded videos of our webinars. I'm posting the link in the chat. So you can have access to the previous material. As soon as this recording is going to be available, we're going to be uploading it on YouTube. For the people that have not joined in this webinar, we're going to have an email information chain. Let's move on. So today, what you will learn, as I told you briefly in the agenda, what 360 experiences are in the beginning as a context, their different types and their value. You're going to familiarize yourself with Athena Research Center's technologies, but also Leopolis technologies and their applications in cultural heritage. Today, again, you're going to help us define key requirements for the future of the presented tools and technologies by giving us feedback throughout the webinar interactively through Mentimeter on your expertise on collaborative features, AI support, and cultural heritage cloud. But also, most importantly, we want you to fill our user requirement form to gain your valuable experience through your feedback. Let's move on. So for those of you that have used Mentimeter before, I will reiterate it for the ones that are joining us today. You can join through three different means. You can join and preferably from your phone. You can join with this QR code that you see. You can go on the website and type menti.com and you're going to see the codes throughout the slides, which you can see in the top of your screen, or you can join with the link that I've just posted in the chat. Let's try out and see how our group is joining Mentimeter. We're going to go straight in to the professional background of everybody and see who is joining us today. Okay. Oh, I see from the first three answers so far, we've got, okay, tech is dominating so far. Let's find the archaeologists, let's find the museologists, architects, project managers, curator, software engineer. What have you done today, Lori, Zoltan, and Gerge? You've invited all your friends. Ah, I see. We have more cultural heritage professionals coming in. We need to overthrow the software engineers, guys.
More and more people come from the news.
Yes. Art historians and archaeologists and curators are gaining some ground. Okay. Okay, now that we have balanced a little bit, maybe we can move on to the next slide. And just now, we can ask you, how are you feeling today? Surrounded by so many archaeologists, curators, um, software engineers. Good, very good, extremely good. Okay, we've got the emojis coming in. Younger people or millennials, maybe. Yes, fine, thank you, great. I'm happy to not say today lazy or sleepy. We've got a very focused crowd with a lot of emojis. See, the software engineers, they know how to type in and find the emojis. That's it. Okay. Since we have this good vibe, let me give the floor to Lori Kuyumjian to give you a context about 360 experiences, and we'll move on to presenting the technology. Thank you, Lori.
Thank you so much, Anastasia. Hello, everyone. So I'm taking over for now. Let's start with what 360-degree experiences are. Well, basically, they're web-based interactive environments that are created with 360 panorama photographs or other means like videos and models, and they explore spaces through immersive panoramic views and embedded content without the person actually needing to be there physically. We have two examples. We have an indoors experience, the Dali Theater Museum. We can check that out here so as to understand what it looks like. So we are in panoramic views. We can turn around the camera and rotate from a fixed position, and we can see that there are points of interest around the room in different color coding in this example. And if we click on them, there is content. We can move around, go to other panoramas, and explore the space. Apart from indoors, we can also have outdoors experiences like the Tame Dam in Nepal. We can view here this beautiful dam. Different arrangements in this page. We can see the content is on the bottom left and the map, but we will explore different types further. I just wanted for us to see the functional aspects of what a 360 tour looks like. So, moving on. So, going to the different components of such tours, as we saw already, they can be indoors, they can be outdoors. They can use 360 realistic photos or stylized photos or even drawings and sketches. They can even use videos, 3D models that we go inside and we see a panoramic view, so it doesn't matter that it's a model. Or we can even see 360 videos of 3D model reconstructions of sites, which is very useful for cultural heritage sites that might not be accessible. Now, when it comes to content, we might have multimedia for hotspot content. We can have narratives, guided or asynchronous, and any other thing that any creator might desire and are supported by the tool that they are using. Let's see some more experiences. Let's see Virtual Anchor, which is a 360 video. Here, we can see that we can turn around like a photograph, but it's a video, it's animated. We even see people working, and we get a better idea of a context of a specific time and case. Another example that we can see of a 360 static tour is the Vatican Museum. Okay. This is one of the most simplistic cases. It's just panorama photography and arrows that we can use to move on to different panoramas. There's also virtually no content in this tour, so it's very simple. We can also have stylized 360 images. Yeah, sorry, there is the window. With more surreal types of elements, like this one here. It's still a photograph, but it has been heavily edited to resemble of a certain style. There are also animated stuff for the points of interest. That is another interesting way to approach it. Or we can even have drawn sketches, which I will not show you now because we will use it for our tutorial demo later on. Okay, so now you might be asking yourselves, okay, that's nice, but why do I need this? Well, there are 360 degree tours are a way to have accessible and inclusive experiences for everyone. They're available remote, as they are mostly web-based, online 24/7, and they provide access to heritage sites from anywhere you are with any device that might support such an experience. They're also very engaging, and they can be even educational in a way that we might not expect. I mean, they're not as immersive as XR immersive technologies, but they can have immersive storytelling capabilities. They're also very preservation oriented, as we can visit a place, but we cannot actually have our footprint on the sites. So that reduces the physical impact on sensitive sites, and it enables safe access to restricted areas. Now, to the more practical aspects, these type of experiences are also very scalable and sustainable. They're a very cost-effective way to use and reuse assets across regions and across different audiences. And they also have a very low environmental footprint. They're basically just like a website. Despite being more simplistic in terms of technology, they can also be very impactful and innovative as they expand the cross-border visibility and they raise the outreach, and they can demonstrate innovation in heritage, which is a very traditional, let's say, field. They also offer very simple ways to track the usage with analytic support and data integration. We can just have integrated analytics to the website like we would in any other website and see how the audience is engaged, what they prefer, and personalize the experiences accordingly. So, of course, this type of experience comes with some sort of challenges as well. The engagement is not guaranteed, as they are less immersive and less novel than fully immersive VR. There is a lower sense of user agency, since these experiences are mostly 3 degrees of freedom. That means that the user is fixed in a position and they can just rotate around the panorama like we saw in the example. And they might not be as aesthetically impactful as high quality staged photographs. So to make them more impactful, the experience needs to combine intuitive navigation and guidance. It needs to be usable. It needs to be beautiful, to have strong visual quality and be composed. It needs to be interactive, because what are we doing here? We don't just want to be a passive audience. We need to feel as users that we make meaningful choices. And the content needs to be designed within the space in a way that it makes sense with concise text, images, audio, and any other engaging media. So here is where UNICHE comes in. The UNICHE platform aims to offer no-code authoring tools to promote iterative design, but also provide creators with concrete design guidelines for designing impactful experiences. So in this webinar, we will familiarize ourselves with 2 types of 360 experiences. First, Leopolis XR360 framework, which is used for 360-degree VR video environment creation. That is fully immersive VR, that produces fully immersive VR experiences. That means that users wear VR MR headsets like Quest, Pico, or Apple in order to experience the virtual space. The interaction is touchless. That means that we don't need controllers to move around and interact, and it relies only on gaze click control. You will see more on that later. The second type of experience that we will see are the 3 degrees of freedom experiences with 360 panorama images created from the Athena CVT editor. These provide interactable hotspots in the space. The interaction within the spaces is web-based, click-based, and it's accessible as an embeddable website. Optionally, the VT editor offers integrated narrative that is created with the Immersive Story Maker, which is the authoring tool that the first webinar introduced to us. So moving on to some examples. Before seeing the examples on their own, let's have a review of the basic user interface elements of the experiencing app of the VT editor, which are all part of the 3D scene, so as to give us the opportunity in the future if we want to add XR capabilities in the tool. So we can see that these little eye icons are informational hotspot indicators within the space. That means that this is a point of interest. On the bottom left on the screen, we can see a minimap and a direction indicator for where the user is looking is rotated within the space. And if we click on that, it opens the map in a maximized view. We will see that later. On the top right of the screen, we can see indications of how many points of interest are available in this space and how many links to adjacent panoramas there are. The arrow icons are, of course, the panorama links. That's pretty explanatory on its own. And on the bottom right, we have the asynchronous narrative window that offers stories created with the Immersive Story Maker within the tool. So the first experience that we will check out today is one created for St. Vasilios Church in Narta as a part of a research project called Voiska that our team had a couple of years ago. This experience combines outdoors and indoors panoramas, and it uses the StoryMaker narrative window to add informational content in the tour, and that is why it makes quite an interesting example. So let's see the capture. Okay, so we land here on the outside entrance. We can click and drag in the panorama. We see a hotspot. Oh, it's just an image. That's fine. We see a link. We move on to another panorama. We can see here we open the map and we can access the hotspots that are available in a panorama from here. So that opened. We can also explore all the other available panoramas of the area, but in order to explore the point of interest of each panorama, we need to be at that panorama. So now we move inside the church and we can explore there. So here we have an interactive story offering additional information about the church and Saint Vasilios, who was the man the church is named after. And we can see some information here. I'm translating for some traditions about Christmas. And here we can see that this tour offers access to otherwise non-accessible, maybe even for women, places in a church here in Greece with some religious iconography. Okay, some more exploring. We can see that all the points of interest that we have seen, they have a check mark. And now we move on outside and we can explore the decorative aspects of the church a bit, the architecture, as it might be interesting for other parts of the audience. And that was this example. And we can move on to our second example, which is an indoors experience about the Hunterian Museum in Glasgow. The experience revolves around the Antonine Wall exhibit, and it includes Roman artifacts recovered from the wall. So in this case, the StoryMaker narrative window is used to offer an asynchronous interactive story about the life and challenges of a Roman soldier called Abusius Dilemma. So we land in the entrance. Standard navigation like before. There are the arrows. I move around. And let's start the experience, because why not? Okay, let's check it out. Oh. We can also have hotspots inside hotspots. Okay, there are a lot of things, audio here, but we can also synchronize with the story and the space. As at some points, the story offers you some guidance in order to where to go to space in the space and find a certain artifact to explore. So here's the slab. It took me here. I found it. Oh, here it is. And I can move on learning about this exhibit through the story and on my own. Okay, and that is basically, there are a lot of things that we can check out. Let's see another one if you want. Okay. And that is basically how it works. Moving on with our presentation.
Lori, they have the availability to check out the Uputius,
Yes.
whoever wants, right?
I can send the link.
Yes.
Here in the chat.
We can send, perfect. At their own pace. This is a freely available experience that you can interact with and get to know the output of our the editor. Moving on, sorry for the interruption.
Oh, thank you, Anastasia. Okay. And now I hand the microphone to Zoltan from Leopoli to present the XR360 framework. Thank you so much.
Yes, thank you, Lori. Hi, I'm Zoltan Karpati. Nice to meet you. So yes, as we learned from Lori about the 360 panoramic photos and how does it works and how we can make some fascinating application and solution. But as Lori mentioned, they are less immersive. And now let's go to the VR, AR era to learn how to create a fully immersive and more experienced application. First of all, I would like to make it clear for everybody what the AR, VR, MR, SR, XR means. Sorry for that. Unfortunately, there is no standardized phrases on the word. So that's why I wanted to make it clear for everybody that what we are talking about now. Please send me a like if you have ever experienced one of the solution, which is highlighted now in the, and please send me a dislike on the Mentimeter if you have not experienced none of the device highlighted here in this presentation, in this slide. So first of all, meanwhile, I start to say what does it mean. So first, on the left top corner, that is VR, virtual reality, which means we put on a headset, and with this headset, we are going into the totally different virtual space, virtual reality, virtual environment. So we cannot see the real space, we cannot see the real objects around us. Just in a virtual space, we are moving and we can interacting. The most important part here is the interaction. The interactions could happen with controllers. So most of the time we are using controller. As you can see in the photo, in your hand, we have controllers, and we can interact, navigate, transporting grab the objects and do different things in a VR space. So that's we call it VR. On the bottom, there is MR, mixed reality, where we see the reality with cameras, because cameras are integrated into the headset, and the camera, the picture of the cameras are available in the headset, so it's appearing in the headset. So in this case, we get a mixed reality solution. We see the virtual reality objects in the virtual space, and parallel we see the reality also. There are new kind of, this is the one of the newest technology. One of the main devices, the Apple, and there are different other platforms and technologies available, manufacturers available, who already started to develop this MR technology. This is what we're calling mixed reality. On the top right corner, you can see AR, augmented reality. Augmented reality, there are two different types of augmented reality you have experienced or you have met with. The first is the mobile application, which is running on a standard mobile application, and the cameras on the mobile can see the real space, and on the screen we see the camera and also see some virtual objects. And the new technology is the AR glasses. Previously, Google has started the glasses project, and now Meta and Facebook started to creating AR glasses. And Microsoft HoloLens is one of the main manufacturer was previously to creating this AR technology, where we wearing glasses, we see the reality, and so it's not full immersive, and there are a limited field of view where we can see the virtual objects and the virtual elements. Most of the time here we could use hand tracking technology, and this could be very exciting technology. In the VR and the MR technologies also, there are new headsets where the head tracking technology is available. And the newest part is on the top right corner, there is SR, spatial reality. Sometimes I call it XR screens. These are glasses-free 3D screens, so we don't have to put on different polarized or active 3D glasses. Without glasses, the objects are coming out from the monitor or from the screen, appearing between the user and the monitor, appearing the virtual objects. And we have a 3D stylus, and with this stylus we can interact, we can grab the object, we can manipulate the virtual space. This technology could happen and could work because there is a built-in eye tracking technology on the top of the screen. This eye tracking technology following eye's position in the space, and we have nanolenticular lenses built in the screen. And in this case, we know where are your eyes in the space, and the technology can visualize the 3D objects, the 3D environment. So these are the new different VR technologies. Collectively, I call it XR, so extended reality, or XR. So all of the technology, AR, VR, MR, SR, we could call it XR. And so yes, this is just the basics. I see the result that everybody has some kind of experience regarding this technology. I'm very happy. We can go on, Laurie. Thank you very much. In the next slide, I will show you that what the Leopoly XR 360 framework means, what we have developed previously, what kind of technology we have in our hands, and later we will discuss together with Gergely that how we will use in this cultural heritage project. So what we have now, we have a 360 video environment, which means video, 360 video, where we could integrate these videos into the VR headset, and we will get a very immersive and live environment. I will show you some example. It could work on different VR and MR headset, what I have previously mentioned to you. And also we have developed We could call it gaze click control technology. So we don't have to learn how to handle controllers. We have developed this, and our partners, clients are very satisfied, because the most difficult part here with the MR headset, when you put on, and there are newcomers who first time they start to wear a headset, it's so exciting and wow effect, and they are so happy to wear that headset, but a little bit hard. Sometimes it could take half hour or an hour to learn how to use the controllers, how to navigate, how to interact. And there are cases like here in the examples, and I think in this project, that we don't have the time to teach them to learn how to use these controllers. So that's why we have developed the gaze click technology. And you don't have to wear none of the controllers, just the headset put on, and immediately you can navigate, you can interact with this gaze click technology. I will show you the examples, and it will be more clear for everybody. And yes, there are interactive elements and spatial reality elements. Also in this video, we will explain you. No code editing. This is the main principle of our UNICHE project. This application, what we have now, it's not a no code technology. This is developed with the Unity engine and on top of the Unity engine. So that's why we will transform it for a no-code platform. Yes, Laurie, thank you. We can go on. Let's start with the Mercedes-Benz example, what we have developed together with the car manufacturer Mercedes-Benz. We have created a safety training application. Yes, it's a safety training application. You understand that. We are in a factory of Mercedes-Benz, and the result of this application, that 4 times faster they understand what kind of safety dangerous situation could happen, and they remember the deepness of the knowledge will be 4 times better if we are using this fully immersive technology. So we put on the headset. Now we are wearing the headset. We can look around, as you can see, and the video is playing and looping in the background and in the environment. And meanwhile, we have some hotspots in the space, and we have the blue point in the middle in the center of the screen. This is the viewing point, the center of our viewing point, and this is how the gaze click. This is the gaze click technology, that where we pointing with this blue spot, we can select different things, and we can navigate, we can interact with this 360 environment. As you can see, these examples, there are safety situation and dangerous situation, and the user has to recognize these situation. And when the video stop, or when he found one of the hotspot, the video stop, and there is a time that they can read, they can understand, they can learn, or they can answer for different questions. So they can learning when the video is spotted, and they can read the different content. Yes, let's go on to the next examples. The next examples is a little bit different, because we have the same technology regarding this XR 360 framework. So in the background is the same technology, but the environment is totally different, because this is an animated environment and created by Adam, who is our technical artist. And as you can see, we are in a factory, oil factory company, and we have a situation also in here where there is a dangerous situation, and here we have to also so the goal is the same, that we have to recognize the different dangerous spots and understand and learning about what to do, what not to do, and how to behave in this situation. Here you can see we are teleporting to different spots, hotspot. So this is also interesting because we have hotspots where we get the information, where we get the learning material, and other cases we can transforming or teleporting to the different viewing point, and we can see the same situation from different view. Yes, sorry, this is Hungarian, and here is was an example that we have question content question table where they have to answer for different questions. Yes, thank you very much. So these are the examples where we already started to use this technology, and now we are going. So this is what we have, and now we have started to integrate and develop to this cultural heritage project and how to use in a cultural heritage situations. And Gergely Bozsó, who is one of the best software engineer and developer, he will show you an example what we already created from a Budapest cultural heritage place, Hero Square, in the next slide. So what we have started, what Gergely started, he started to build up a 360 video environment, and this is what kind of elements we have and how we can interact. Gergely, your turn.
Yes, thank you. Welcome everyone. So just before we start the video, I'd like to talk a bit about our building blocks. So you already seen the framework in action on the previous videos, but there are a couple of elements that we need for this kind of experiences to be built. And there are some common settings that we have which apply to all of these elements, such are their time. So their appearance and disappearance can be set up on the video timeline. They can also pause or resume the video playback. As you've seen that this can give time to the users to process the content that is shown to them. We can also set up some prerequisites for our elements. So, for example, one element might need another one to show up before them or to be activated before them. And the last common setting that we have is regarding their position. They can be fixed in space or they can follow the user's viewport. I think that's more or less it. So we can jump into the video and take a look at the building blocks that we have. The first one is a simple text message, and as I said, it can be static or dynamic. It can move with the view. We also have hotspots similar to the ones that Lori showed. We have three types. One is an information hotspot. You will see this one only displays a text. And as I said, it pauses the video until it's read, then it will continue. We have question hotspots. Here, the responses can be recorded by the system and can be used for analytics or maybe like a feedback can be shown to the users or summary. And the last one was a move hotspot, which just transfers the user to a new scene, a new video. And images also can be placed similar to the text, but with an image. And these also can be static or can move around with the view. And the last building block we have right now are the 3D models. And these can be set up with different rotational behavior. They can rotate continuously by themselves, by set axis, or they can be set up to be gaze controlled, and then the user can control how it's rotated so they can inspect them a bit better. And of course, text can be shown here as well to give some context to the users. And yeah, these are the building blocks that we have right now, but we are very open to suggestions. So if you have anything in mind, we are happy to hear about that, and we can look into if we can implement that, and if the UNICHE project scope covers that implementation or not. Yeah,
Yeah.
I think that's more or less what I had.
Yes, thank you, Gege. It was very good and exciting. So we will meet in Athens, and we will make a new kind of 360 videos, and we will make new examples. So yes, Laurie, we can go on. Yes, the question part is coming. Am I right? Yes. So
Exactly.
please
Yes.
take on your cameras, not camera, sorry, your phone, and let's meet some question what we have put together, and please answer to that questions.
So yes, everybody who would like to join Mentimeter, now is your time for the QR code for 3, 2, 1, and let's start.
If you're already in, you don't need to chime in again. So you just follow the presentation from your laptops or your phones. Let's go.
Okay, so have you ever participated in the design of a 360 virtual experience? It could be any type of technology, either web-based or fully immersive, like we saw. Oh, we have quite a crowd of ads.
All the software engineers in the beginning. No. I mean, even as an idea generation or like brainstorming, just getting into the mindset of how we are going to create a 360 for our organization.
Pen and paper, that would be enough.
Even pen and paper, yes. What would the end goal of that?
Okay, so the yeses are going up.
Yes.
I
think the yes is
yes.
a predominant factor.
So,
yes, and the love emoji is also dominating. Also important.
A lot of
okay,
emotions.
I think we're pretty stable. Yes. So, if yes, all these yeses, can you tell us which one? And then maybe share the link so that we can see it too. Boy, our team is here.
Maybe you know you can have a description of what it was, a short one, or if you don't know, oh, somebody participated in the Google Street View creations, or maybe an experience on Google Street View. I suspect. Yes, you don't even need to know like the actual name, but maybe the technology it was utilized on, maybe the institution that it refers to. This is also helpful for us, or a project that European or otherwise, even a personal project that you're experimenting and checking around, the capabilities that you have with 360s. I will keep all the questions. Thank you, Jacob, for putting a question in the chat. I will put all questions for the end in our Q&A section, and I will address them to our presenters. This technology of 360 has been around for a while, so you've had there's been a lot of opportunities, even open access ones, to play around and experiment. Even accessible hardware to take 360 panoramas and work on them. I see our other partners are here as well.
Yes.
Thank you. Nice. Yes. You might have seen them in a lot of websites of museum now. A lot of museums utilize them in their website so you can give you a virtual tour, as we saw the examples. Very nice, right? This museum. That's something I would like to learn more about. Shall we move on since we had some examples of? Okay. Sorry. Just before moving on, we got another response. It's always very exciting to see the experience our participants have. Okay. Yes.
Hey, have you ever experienced a 360 virtual experience?
I hope the
mean,
people
if
that
you-
have. Sorry, Lori.
Oh no, if you clicked on the link in the chat, you have.
Yes, I hope the people that designed the experiences wanted to experience also their design. So,
Well, there are
okay.
only yeses, so.
Okay. Yes.
Oh,
Oh, we
there's
got
no.
an outlier. Good. I hope so far, watching the webinar, they've experienced a little bit of a glimpse and they would like to see a little bit more, even being part of the design of such an experience. If they're in Athens, they're more than welcome to come join us in our workshop. You'll have the link in the chat to register. First come, first serve. Okay. I think we can move on. I see the majority is not going to change.
Okay, so have you ever used a VR, AR, or MR headset that is virtual reality, augmented reality, or mixed reality headset?
Yes, this is the same question what I already made on a slide where we explain what kind of technologies are available, and we would like to get the understand that what kind of devices, or have you ever used or have any experience to using this kind of headset, and what does it mean if you wearing this headset? As I mentioned, there are different AR, augmented reality technologies, not just headset based. There are phone and glasses based technologies. But no, my question is focusing on the headset part. So different headset, and have your experience? Yes. So most of the participant has experience in that. That's a good news, and we know that you understand what kind of technologies we are talking about, and what kind of experience we can give, or you, or together we will give to the audiences. Thank you.
Shall we move on?
Yes, we can.
Yeah.
Thank you.
I think.
Okay, so this is a ranking question, right? Yeah. So
yes.
yes.
So I made a question that which is the most familiar with. So which have you experienced the most time? And just to make it clear, virtual reality, fully immersive VR headset, not see or view the real environment, augmented reality, phone-based technology where we're using the phone in our hand and see the real, and mixed reality technologies, mixed reality headset where we are talking about a headset, same as a virtual reality headset, but with the cameras we can see the reality about next to us in a surround, and augmented glasses or headset where we are wearing glasses and not a headset. And the spatial reality glasses free XR screens, what I already discussed, that we have a glasses free 3D screens and the objects are coming out and we have a 3D stylus. So yes, a virtual reality headset is the most popular, and the phone-based technology. Yes, the phone-based technology we met with in a street view situations tons of time, and the virtual reality headset is the most popular, or you are most familiar with, and this is what I expected. So thank you. It's good to know, but yes, and the spatial reality. Yes, this is a very new technology. These XR screens. Only some of the manufacturers, Acer and Lenovo, has launched screens and monitors and laptops, so that's why it's not as popular. Okay, thank you. We can go on. It's very informative. Thank you. Yes, and discomfort, motion sickness. Have you ever experienced? Yes, before when you are wearing a VR headset. So the most tricky situation that when we are wearing this headset, we cannot see the reality. We don't have any experience regarding what's happening next to us, and sometimes it could make a motion sickness or discomfort feeling. And it could happen because of we are using an old headset, where is the frequency of the so there are latency with the screen, and that's why we could feel that motion sickness. Wow, that's good news. If you have the noise higher, I'm very happy. So that means you don't have any bad experience regarding wearing the headset. So it's good news for me because in this case you are open to use this technology, and more open, and you will use this technology. Okay, I think we got the answer. So thank you. We can go on. Yes, which hardware platform is the highest priority for your upcoming projects? So if we are, you are here, and you probably very open to use these technologies. And what do you think? Which is the most which could be very useful for your next project, or for your audience in your museum, in your cultural heritage place, or anywhere where you are working? What do you think which could be the best and most useful for this upcoming projects? Yes, mobile AR. Yes, this is always very popular and very easy to reach the audience, because everybody has a smartphone in our pocket, and we can use it. AR glasses, yes, fascinating, very cool new technology. Not there are problems with the field of use, and unfortunately HoloLens is not supporting in the future these technologies, so they have stopped the development of the HoloLens technology. But the new AR glasses are coming. So as me and you, as I see, you are also very open to that technologies and the VR headset. Okay. It's very exciting that AR glasses and VR headsets are on the same level. Okay.
Let's move on.
Okay.
Good.
Yeah.
We can go on. Thank you.
Okay. So
Okay,
I'm
next part.
taking the microphone. I'm
Thank you.
reassigning it to myself. All right. So now is the more practical part. We will have a small demonstration of the Immersive virtual tour editor. For this demonstration, we will use some sketched out beautiful panoramas of that are a result from a different project that our team had. Sorry, I need to do some practical things to work. Yes, that our team had from a project called Echoes of the Past, different echoes, but very interesting too. Yeah, so this is the starting screen of the tool, and we can go here and create a project. We just add a title. Let's say this is the unique, it's in Greek, unique 360 webinar. This is the title of my new 360 project, and this is my new project. Okay, so as a physical space would be, a virtual space also can have areas. Our small scale demonstration, we will have only one area, and let's say that will be the center of Athens, okay? So let's add an area. We can click on it, and we can also add the information. So say center of Athens. This is my main area. Okay. So as we are navigating in an area that we don't know, we often need something like a map. You remember that small mini map on the top, on the bottom left? So to feed that mini map, we need to add a map, a floor plan. So we click on and we load the area floor plan image, and here it is. We can see that there are some options here on top. First of all, we can select a default view in the area. That means that small shadow that showed the user direction, that will be loaded accordingly to this direction that is the default view, and that needs to be aligned with the default direction of the first panorama. We will see that later. So here I save it because this is how I want it to be. Now I can add either panoramas, 360 panoramas on this map, or points of interest. Let's start with the panorama. Here I click on this button at 360 viewpoint, and then I can just click and drag it around and position it where I want this panorama to be in the area. So I want it here in the middle of this square. And now if I click on the edit button, I can edit the panorama. So let's say this is the first square. This is my first square. Okay, we can see that the hierarchy of my points, areas, and panoramas is starting to form on the left side of the screen, and I can use that to navigate to different parts of the project and edit accordingly. So I'm back to my panorama, and I click here to load the panorama image, because what is a panorama without an image? So I load this, and I have this beautiful sketch of a central square in Athens as it would look like in the 19th century. So as we imagined that it looked like. So I can just click and drag to the rotation that I want to be the default view. And then I click here to set the default view. So now if I do whatever I want to edit, if I click here, I can go back to the default view and see how the panorama is loaded first. Now, all I want to do now is add a point of interest. All I need to do for that is just pick a position and just click on it. Then I do a new viewpoint, and I navigate to the new viewpoint I created to add the data. So this is a cafe. Gentleman's cafe. If I learn to write, it would be easier for everyone. Okay, so now I add a viewpoint image for the cafe. It's like sort of a zoom in of what it was in the panorama. Here it is. And now I can add hotspots within this hotspot image. If I click here at this button, I get this draggable area where I can define a part of the image that I want to focus on with the inner level hotspot. So, okay, I want to have a hotspot for the Greek Parliament building. So I save it, and then I click on it and I edit, and I can add information for this. Okay. And I can also add images for a hotspot. So if I want this, and let's say I go to the viewpoint. This is I want, let's say, to add a little bit about the process that the sketch was created. So if the user focuses, I have this image of the ink version of the sketch before it was colored, let's say. Okay, so last but not least, let's add another panorama. I want it to be here at this exit from the cafe. Let's edit. Second square. And I add my second panorama, equally beautiful. Let's choose the default view and set it. And now I need to just link those panoramas one to one another. So let's say that this is the place. I just click on it, and now I can select an existing component of my project within the same area. So I add a link to the first square. And if I click on it now, it takes me to the first square. Now all I need to add is a link to the second square from the first square so that I can navigate back and forth. Existing, same area, second square. And that's basically it. We have covered the functionalities of the current state of the editor. All I need to do then is just publish, and I will be able to see this in the experiencing application of ThinRC 360 tours. And let's go back to the presentation. Okay, so we would like your feedback on the video editor and the vision that we have for it, and be able to get some user requirements from you guys. So it's Mentimeter time in order to do that. So I will give a couple of seconds for anyone who needs to join in now. Okay, I can see we have 30 people that are active, so I think we're fine. And let's start. So how would you want an AI assistant to help you while designing an experience with the virtual tour editor? I mean, it could be a lot of things, but either conceptual or technical, whatever comes to mind.
So far, we don't have any AI-supported components in the VT editor. Maybe it's not important, as we can see from the first image. But also, we're brainstorming on how it could actually utilize the material that we have. Maybe can create some design opportunities, as Lottie mentioned, as to how to frame the panoramas inside the application, as to what information might be useful to include. Maybe a narration aspect, as we saw in another experience before with Ubiquitous. I've seen not very warm AI responses, to be honest. I'm surprised, but I am happy also to know people want to play around with images, they want to create spaces of interaction. But 360 image gen, to have more 360 images to be generated. Maybe
or make
sometimes.
sketches from photos.
Yes, this could be actually really nice. As the Polytechnio example that we showed is a sketchified image that you have. Am I correct, Laurie, or am I wrong?
Yes, it's edited on Photoshop with a sketch filter, the comic filter, actually, for the fun of it.
Tooltips to the tools. Okay, some suggestions of how to use the actual app. Help with text, transform pictures. How could it be integrated? So this is what we're thinking about. How could it be integrated? If we have any suggestions, maybe in the design, the concept, and we'll see from your suggestions which closely are the best for what we have so far, and then the integration processes could be different. Brainstorming panoramic sketches, filters. Really interesting answers so far. Okay.
Okay, shall we move on?
Yes.
All right. So, picture this, you're collaborating with your teammates. How would you like the video editor to make that easier for you? What collaborative features would the tool, would you like the tool to offer?
So far, Lori, what does it have as it relates to collaboration?
Nothing. I mean, conceptually, you can use it and you can have someone else check the changes real time in the published experience, but that's about it.
So far you are a single user entering the application, and you get the full accessibility to everything, creating the structure, creating the hotspots and everything, and no other user can log in. You can only
Yes. So it's a
log in.
white canvas for us. We want your opinions. I mean, it could, to make it easier maybe to understand, collaborative features could span from what the Google Suite offers, like being able to edit a project, multiple people together, or comments, review. Yeah.
What for? What for is to have collaboration within a project, so people can actually see the process of the design and the implementation to have access in the project, not only as an output, but also in the design for purpose. I see some people also don't think that it's useful to have collaboration in that sort of design, and sometimes creatives can have their own process, and it's more interesting to have feedback with the output. Yes, for the media assets. Yes, definitely people can collaborate asynchronously, for sure. The only thing that they cannot access for sure is access to the project, because it's only with a single user login, if I'm correct. Possibility to post comments.
Yes, you are correct. Okay.
Yes.
All right. Very
I think
interesting.
the general trend is asynchronous collaboration in this aspect, that they change in comparison to the other tools that we have presented in the webinar. So let's move on.
Yeah. Okay. And how would you like the Cultural Heritage Cloud echoes to help you during the creation of such an experience?
So the Cultural Heritage Cloud, the European Cultural Heritage Cloud, is there to provide these digital commons, to provide a space for sharing tools, for sharing material throughout European countries and institutions. And it's something that is going to be integrated fully in our unique suite with all our tools. And we're just brainstorming for ideas on how do you think in the creation of these 360 static experiences we can utilize these open repositories. I say data and examples. Yes, it would be really nice to be able to have different organizations or different creators that have created 360 experiences to get inspired and to be able to go through them while you're creating. Tutorial video Raros, yes, this could be the Cultural Heritage Cloud Center for Education and tutorials. Archival material that is relevant, material, yes.
Tour videos. Yes. Data and materials seem to be
offering sharing templates. That's also nice to not only be able to view different organizations' outputs, but also to be able to use openly available templates to recreate something that is similar. Methods for exhibits, find and use shared material. How to capture the videos and photos. Yes, again, the tutorials, guidelines for the experience design. I see two trends rising. Generally, tutorials and information on how to create these sort of experiences, but also the access to material. Yes, but I think it's quite strong.
very interesting. So people want guidelines.
Yes, of course. Of course.
Okay, shall we move on?
Yes, let's go.
All right. So now that we got your opinions, we can share with you a little bit about what we think that these integrations and evolution could look like. So through UNICHE, we want to evolve the virtual tour editor in order for it to align with the Cultural Heritage Cloud and integrate repositories to offer data and assets and anything else that we will find through the user requirements. Again, when it comes to the AI features, we also need to integrate that in order to streamline the experience creation and also maybe have some collaborative features, even though a lot of you did not think that it might be necessary. So let's move on with our proposed suggestions. These are very high level and conceptual, and they're just low fidelity screens because the tool needs to be re-implemented and redesigned from the start because it doesn't support a lot of things that the experiencing app already does. So this is the current version. And after redesign and re-implementation, it will be integrated in the UNICHE ecosystem of authoring tools. That means that it will integrate the CCH repositories, and it will also have an AI curatorial assistant powered by IN2. So what does that mean in practice? Let's say that we can have a component like a repository search in order to have access to the Cultural Heritage Cloud data. So that means that the creator can have like a small window accessible in the user interface, and they can search within the repositories available through echoes, assets, images, exhibits, stories, and reuse them in any experience that they want. That also promotes interoperability within the cloud infrastructures. Of course, at this stage, we could also have some AI-assisted curation for anyone who might be blocked during brainstorming or the creative process. There could be some AI suggestions for enriching the content and recommend relevant media and elements. But of course, creators remain in control. Everything is reviewed, carefully selected, and the human is always in the loop of the workflow. Then, moving on to a more specific AI helper, we could have AI assist with descriptions, creating and generating more visitor-friendly texts, support languages, and help us reach accessibility goals. It could also, the AI helper could also create, it can make a content suggestions that are context aware within project. That means that they can recommend relevant assets that are specifically tailored to the virtual space that is created with the panoramas that we have entered in the project. And again, it's of course up to the creator. These are just helpers in the process. So now I hand over to Zoltan for the UNICHE XR360 vision.
Thank you. Anastasia, we are good in regarding the time. I can, you are muted.
I think we have 15 to 17 minutes left. I think you can go at your pace.
Yes,
good.
Perfect. Okay, thank you. We jump back to the VR headset, the XR experiences. And as I mentioned that we have the basic framework, the principles, and now we go into the what we will do and what kind of authoring tool will be developed in this project. May I ask you to go back one slide? This is the first one. Oh, yes, that's the first one. Okay. Okay, let's go on. Yes, sorry. Yes, as we have the visitor's journey for the end users, for the audiences, for the visitors. This is the examples what already shown by Gergely, and this what the users. And we have the creators canvas, the authoring tool, where you can put all these building blocks and all the environment could be put together for an experience for the visitors. Let's go on, please. And first, I would like to show you that what will be the workflow for the visitors. Yes, that's the first slide. Sorry that there was some misunderstanding. So this is the ambitions. This is the goals, what we would like to achieve with this new development and with this application. The first
Sorry
is...
to interrupt, Zoltan. If we can go out of the presentation just to make sure that the slides are good. Sometimes the Mentimeter just go out of the full screen, Lori, just so you can have the flow of your presentation.
Yeah, that's good. The first and the second slide just
flipped, you think?
Yes, but
would you like to go again?
Yeah, the other ones are good. Yes, good.
The other ones are good?
Thank you.
Okay, yeah, I'm sorry for interrupting.
No problem. So the ambition and the goal, what we have on the table, this first is that no code. So as I mentioned, we work on the Unity engine, and we would like to develop a no code single entry tool with connected with single sign-on with cultural heritage cloud, and for so no technical barriers, and we would like to achieve this goal. The second is the immersiveness. This is the most important part of the VR and the AR and the XR experiences, that it has to be educational and immersive regarding the experiences. So this is the second most important goal what we would like to achieve. And the third is the collaboration opportunity and sharing and measure about what the response from the visitors, from the users, and collecting in a unified platform, so make the connection for the cultural heritage cloud. This is our main goal, what we would like to achieve with this technology. So yes, we can go on to the next slide, and which is we have the visitors journey and the creators canvas, the authoring tool, what we are talking about. But first, before we go to the creators canvas, so how you can put together this fully immersive 360 video experiences, let's go to the visitors journey, to the next slide, where we will explain what is the narrative, what is the workflow, step-by-step workflow of the users who will experience. So first, there will be a library, there will be a main application where they can choose from different 360 videos available. After that, immediately they are jump in the environment, in a video environment, and they can looking around, they can discover, they can get the first feelings and experience it. And after that, immediately they will realize that there are some hotspots in the space, and they will realize that there is in the middle is a blue hotspot, and they can interact and activating the gaze clicks. After that, there will be different contents, different elements. Later, I will explain what kind of contents we are talking about: text, images, 3D objects, what already shown by Gergely. And they can experience that. So they can click on that with the gaze click technology and read that, understand, learning. After that, the flow control is very important, because there will be an opportunity to stop the video because they let the users to get the knowledge, or the video is going in a looping mode continuously. And after that, when they transported to the different hotspot, experienced all of the things, there will be a conclusion regarding how to go further for the next video or to the next experience. This is the last stages of the experience. And this is for the visitors. And let's go to the next slide. How does it? What kind of building blocks we are talking about? As you remember, so on the previous slide, I mentioned that there are some content elements. These are the most important building blocks. What we planned: infotainment hotspot, dialogue hotspot to make questions and enabling to get the information from the audience, and moving hotspot, move hotspot, where they can teleporting to different viewing point. And media types are text, images, and 3D objects, as Gergely mentioned. There could be with the gaze click technology how we can navigating. Let's go to the next slide. Where is the video? It just this is the same video. I just wanted to present you again this video that to refresh your memory, that how will it looks like in a real life situation in a headset. So yes, play please. And as Gergely mentioned, there will be different text messages which are following the viewing directions of the users, and they can interact with these elements and looking around. So this is what I have mentioned. These are the general building blocks what we planned to integrate into this technology. And of course, later in the Mentimeter, in the question part, I will ask your opinion and your suggestions regarding new kind of entertainment parts or content parts. But these are the basic elements which are in our plan to implement into this application. Yes, these are the question part, the answers, and we are collecting all the data regarding what they have answered, and later you can evaluating the answers, the results. Also could be evaluated which are the most important part of your experience you have put together. Here I wanted to mention that we are talking about videos, 360 videos. So these are not static images, but the video is stopping immediately when a content is appearing or selected. So this is the standard way how does it application works. Thank you. We can go back to the presentation and go to the next slide, which is talking about the authoring tool. Yes, so these are the main parts of our plan regarding how the creator's canvas, the authoring tool will looks like. So this is a web-based technology. So it's a full immersive 360 video, but we will work on a 2D web-based platform. So you can very easily on any platform, you can manage and put together your experience. So we will solve that, how we will visualize the 360 video and editor on a web browser. There will be a possibility to change the timeline. Later, I will show some examples, some plans regarding how does it will work, because here we have a video, so very important, the timeline, that where and how appearing the different hotspots. Yes, we can go on. This is the flow of the asset creation and how you can put together these experiences. First, the most important, the video. So we have a special 300, oh yeah, I show it in this way, 360 camera. This is not expensive, and in Athens, I hope we will meet, and I will show you how does it works. So you have this 360 video. You can upload it. This is the first part. After that, you can set the visualization of this to set the play and pause. How does it behave in this VR environment situation? After that, you can place the hotspot, set the timeline with the easy to use drag and drop elements will be available, and you can set when what appearing and not appearing or disappearing. This is very important. After that, you can set the behavior of these building blocks. So the question part, the hotspot, what kind of conditions are available, and you can selecting that part. After that, the localization. This is very important to translate the text. That will be AI will help in this to make the translation and make it available. And after that, there will be a preview. So you can try out in a web browser, you can try out what kind of experience the users will get, and you can publish. Meanwhile, this small workflow, there will be AI assistant to you to help regarding placing different things or writing different things. So we will integrate the AI technology in this project. Later, we will figure out that exactly how and where is the most important or most helpful could be this integration. Yes, we can go on. Thank you. Okay, so this is the timeline editing, what I have mentioned to you, that as you can see, we can set the timeline of the on the bottom, the appearance and disappearance of the different video, the different hotspot and the contents and the audio. So you can set that where and how it will looks like. In the center, there is the visualization part of the 360 videos, and on the right side, there is the configuration table where you can set all of the behaviors, the parameters of the different content elements of the applications. And the hotspots, of course, which are the most important parts. Yes, let's go on the next slide and go just some examples regarding from our plans that how these dialogues will looks like. So the authoring dynamic dialogues where you can put your questions and the text info could be placed, and we can set the selectable answers, and we can set the behaviors, what happening if they're selecting one or other the answers. And there will be, of course, the different building blocks will be highlighted here, that you can set the different parameters for the different hotspots and building blocks. On the right side, you can see the localization editor. So this is an AI-supported translation will be integrated. So there will be the key UI elements, user interface elements, which could be translated. And of course, there will be a translation of the text info, what you will write and you will put there. And you can set the different translation and language choosing option will be available. Yes, we can go on. Yes, this is a technical background information for us and for you to know that what we are working on now. We are working hard on the 360 video placement at the web interface to make it available. So the editor part could be available on a web browser. This is very important what we are working on with the developers and together with our partners in this consortium. The second one is the logic. We have a plan, as I mentioned, the workflow, how does it will work and how we will go through the whole process where you can put together these experiences. But we have to finalize this building blocks and yes. And the last part is the 3D objects, so the 3D content. Visualization, it's also very crucial because the 2D images and the 2D text messages is the easier part, but how we can visualize these 3D objects, there are more questions, and how you can open your own 3D scan data or 3D object data, and how you can placing, what kind of zooming will be available for that. There are tons of questions what we are talking about. No. Yeah, let's go on, please. And we go to the Mentimeter. So we have some very exciting questions regarding these technologies and how you will implement it. So let's do that. How would you want an AI assistant to help you during this experience creation? As I mentioned, we don't know yet fully how and where it could be fitted. We see that there are different points where definitely will be very useful, for example, in translation, in writing text messages, or make a tutorial help. But I also curious about your opinion that maybe you see some kind of other areas in this flow, in this application, where it could be very useful. No, go on. Just translation, I already mentioned that. Okay. Text and design generation. Yes, design generation. Very exciting, very exciting. Localization. Okay, the fields with the sentence based on what I enter in the base language, for example, English, while keeping them editable. Yes, this is the LLM language models. Definitely could be very useful for creating, and we will discuss it with Alex. Alex, are you here? Adaptive storytelling suggestion database. Yes, adjust hotspots and spacing, the best point. Oh, Gergely, adjusting hotspots with AI. Oh, we will figure out that how we can integrate. Yeah, yeah, good, very good. Thank you. Design generation, very exciting era. Designing 3D objects or designing just the space. This is extremely growing the capabilities of the AI engines, how to create 3D objects or 3D assets or design some kind of things. As we experienced in Gemini model, the 2D image generation is extremely good, and we will see how the 3D, how does it work. It could work later phase in a 3D. Interactive feedback from visitors likes, yes. Helping design and production. Yes, okay, yeah, so okay. Thank you, we can go. Yeah, it's very informative. Yes. What collaborative features would you like this XR technology to offer? So would you like to the users to make it more collaborative, or with the specialists, so your teammates, to collaborate and share the ideas or the templates? So these are the part we would like to get to know. Yes. Comment and chat. Yes, sharing the information Meanwhile, you are working on that and creating this.
Yes, annotations. Still, I see the trend of asynchronous
Yes.
for this type of authoring environment.
Okay. Thank you. We can go on.
Okay.
Okay.
How would you want the cultural heritage cloud, what you already mentioned, to help you during the creation of the experience? Yes, how would you like to integrate that, and how would you like to see that it's connected with the cultural heritage cloud? If you have experience to create, to work with this cultural heritage cloud, that could be very useful for us to get. Okay. So the asset, the data, the content could be available and used from there to import and integrate into our XR 360. Yes, definitely. Other similar access creators templates. Yes, our plan is to let the users to share their creation in this platform, in this cloud, and understood that to get the content from there and the integration, the data and the assets, that could be very useful. Okay. Go on. Thank you. License materials. Okay. Is touchless gaze click navigation sufficient for your visitors, or are controllers needed? So you probably familiar because we show some examples that how this gaze click technology works, so without controllers. And I would like to get your feedbacks that this is okay, enough, good, this gaze click, forget the experience for your audience, or could be good if they have more time to use the controllers and navigate with that. So this is what I call hybrid solution, where the users can use the gaze click and with one button they can change to the controller mode or immediately work when the headset realize that there is controllers, they are also can navigate with that. Of course, if we are using controllers, there are more freedom, but it could be strange for the newcomers, for the visitors sometimes.
I'm really excited to say that it has the gaze click controller up in Athens. I think it's really useful for people that have to dabble with a lot of things.
Yeah.
So.
Okay, we can go on. Thank you, because
yes,
we
have. Yes. I will have a little bit.
If I remember well.
Yes.
For storytelling, which visual format is more critical for you? So 360 video or static 360 panoramic photo. So what do you think? What is your experience, or what do you think that which could be more useful or more critical for your audience? Both question is good, so I think both technology has main advantages. So but the most important part here is for the storytelling.
Yes.
Okay. Thank you. Videos.
Accessibility versus design and rank, yes.
Yes, I already mentioned you the building blocks, what kind of contents are available in this VR headset, in the VR application, and please rank these spatial elements by importance for your exhibitions. So which are the most important? I mentioned you the text, the info panels, 2D images, 3D objects, as was you saw that, video overlays, so 2D videos in this 360 environments, and the last one is the audio narration. Meanwhile, you are using the application. Wow, Gergely, you see 3D objects.
More time developing now.
Images, yes, I think also. I totally agree. Images, 3D objects, and text.
Visual culture is strong.
Okay, thank you.
Let's move on.
We go, yeah. who will be the primary user of the no-code editor in your team? So we have this authoring tool for, this is a good question for Laurie, for the 360 panoramic photos we are talking about, the environments, and also for the fully immersive VR experiences. And I'm curious, we are curious about that, who will be our main users who will use this creation things. Okay, not the IT guys, this is good. Curators, researchers, museum educators. Yes, they will use it. Yes, we thought they will use it. Okay.
Let's move on.
Move on.
Mm-hmm.
What is the biggest challenge with creating digital content? So what do you think? The technical complexity, it's hard to understand and make them high production cost, but with this technology, we would like to make it as low as possible to you. Time, it's to put together this workflow and working with that. The hardware technology, it's not available for you to creating, or any other challenges are available to creating. Okay, the production cost. That's why we're creating this platform to make it lower.
Yes.
Okay, we can
I
go
can
on.
see a lot of engagement for that.
Yes, absolutely.
Let's see what is
Let's
not
go
working
on.
so we can make it work. Yes, and we have reached the Q&A section, if I'm not mistaken.
Yes.
Presenting a little bit of our team, the ARC team that is building up the VT editor, and the Leopoli team that is in charge for the XR framework. You can get to meet them in Athens and in our physical workshop, not all of them, but at least some representatives. We have 5 minutes left, for around 4 minutes left for our Q&A section. Before moving to our Q&A section, I would like to address everybody that is still with us, continuing to fill in, please, the link for our user requirements. It's not going to take more than 10 minutes. Save it for after the webinar so you can have it. Your feedback is really important for your real user needs to create real and useful applications. Even from people from our consortium that haven't filled in the form, please fill it in. If you have filled it in previous webinars, you don't need to do it again. It's a one-time thing. And please evaluate our webinar series now that we have concluded them, actually. Thank you for your continued interest. Let's go to one of the questions that we have had from our audience. Yes, before going to the questions, I'm going to advertise again our physical events so we can have all the allocated time left for our questions. I'll paste here again in the chat the form to register if you're going to be in Athens with your physical presence. So you can help shape the unique suite. In Athens, we're going to have more emphasis on the XR. And to savor the 2 minutes left, and whoever wants to keep on this meeting, we're not going to finish the meeting. We're going to give around 5 to 7 minutes more for whoever wants to still keep on with us. And I'll move to the first question that was posed during the webinar. Are the examples shown in the last presentation somehow being able to be used with MR technology? I don't know exactly which examples you're referring to, but I will address to both of you. So the examples for ARC that we showed, the U-boot use and the church, maybe?
No, I mean, mixed reality
Yeah,
needs...
mixed reality. This is for us, I think. Yeah. So you mean, so this technology now we have a 360 videos, so not a mixed reality solution. So we are in a fully immersive space. Does the video make a experience looks like that we are in some kind of real space, but this is a video, so not a mixed reality solution, so we cannot see the reality.
I believe sorry, Zoltan. So I believe
please,
it was after the building blocks video. So
Okay.
these building blocks could be shown in a mixed reality The framework is not ready for that, so it's not something that is implemented. The technological issue there is that we have to anchor these objects, their position, to the real world, and that is a solved issue. So there are applications that do that. In the framework, it's not yet implemented, but it could be. It will depend on the scope of the project.
Okay, so there is a small possibility, as we can see, for an MR extension for Leopolis tools. For us, unfortunately, this is not going to be available. It's static web-based experiences that don't have the interaction with the physical world. So for ARC again, with the editor, is the layout style changeable, fonts, colors, etc. for the output experience?
At the moment, no. But as the tool is going to completely be redesigned and re-implemented, we will take this under consideration. Thank you so much.
Yes.
Yes.
It's something in high priority that was mentioned for StoryMaker
Yes.
again. Yes.
It has
Revamped
been talked
and
about a
we
lot.
want it. For both of you, I will start with Leopolis since Lori answered the last one. Can info hotspots also include simple videos in addition to text, images, and 3D content?
Gergely?
So,
it's currently not implemented in our framework, but it's in a fairly simple change. So that is something that is definitely possible.
yes. And Lori, what about?
Yeah, in our case, the experiencing app already, because it was updated after the authoring tool, it already supports videos and audio. So yes, definitely, we will add this multimedia support to the authoring tool as well. 3D content is something that we have discussed for a while, and we would like to address it. So yeah, I think it is very possible to do that in the new version of the tool.
Okay. I don't see any other questions so far in the chat. Also, we've run a little bit further on. I will post also here in the chat our socials, LinkedIn, YouTube. As I've told you, we have all the webinars that have been up so far. The four previous ones are up on YouTube, and soon this webinar will be up too, with the slides available. If anybody is interested for after filling up their user requirements form, please do fill up the user requirements form. We really use and need your feedback to co-design and have some sneak peeks and some agency in how this is going to be created. If anybody is interested for a follow-up interview for a more in-depth conversation, we're gathering interest right now from cultural heritage professionals so that we can have more allocated time for each and everybody.